All right, everybody, we're back with another episode of the Intoxicated Sports Report. I'm Emerson. With me, as always, Gabe Samoji. How you doing, sir?
Doing good. How was your weekend?
It was good.
Hollow weekend.
It was Halloween weekend. I mean, it's kind of when you're 27, it doesn't feel the same. But
we don't trick or treat anymore.
right. How was your Halloween though?
Oh, dude.
You did something fun.
It was like probably one of my highlights of the year.
Nice.
I went to Outside Lands in San Francisco. People who don't know, it's a music festival. It's kind of like the Bottle Rock for San Francisco,
Right, but way bigger.
way bigger, way better.
Yeah. The venue is good. Like
Yeah, it's cool. Because I haven't been to Golden Gate Park in probably 10 or 12 years. The last time I was there, my dad and I went, and with Jeremy too, went to Hardly Strictly Bluegrass, and it's a free festival they had, or just like a day that you could go there and watch people play.
Yeah.
I think they still might do it, or maybe not, because of COVID, maybe not last year.
Right.
But I haven't been there in a long time. I didn't even know that it was close to the Golden Gate Bridge. I guess Golden Gate Park.
Right. Yeah. It's just on the other side.
I thought it was. I just didn't remember where it was. But yeah, really, really fun time. I really enjoyed myself. I got fucking pretty hammered. Felt like shit all day yesterday, but it was so worth it.
Yeah.
Treated myself. It was a really good time. And it was just nice because I haven't really been to that many festivals.
Yeah.
I've been to Bottle Rock and I've been to Aftershock.
Yeah.
And
When did you go to Aftershock?
This was probably 2016, 2017.
Okay, I kind of think I remember that.
Probably 2016, or maybe 2015. 2015, 2016, I'm going to say.
Gotcha.
And that, music-wise, for me, was better than anything I've ever seen festival-wise because it's just more of my type of taste. It's more like, harder rock, maybe like
Gotcha.
borderline
Yeah,
metal.
pretty much. Yeah, kind of.
But when it comes to festivals, Outside Lands
Takes the cake.
takes the cake.
Right.
Bottle Rock's cool because it's in our backyard.
Right.
But Outside Lands, it was just a whole other animal. It's just, there's so many goddamn people there.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Like when Tame Impala played on Sunday night, I was a mile away. I could still hear them great, but there was no chance you were getting anywhere close.
I've always wanted to go to Outside Lands just based on the lineups that they put together.
Yeah.
They're always.
And this one is unfortunately one of the weaker ones that they've had.
It was, yeah.
But I've wanted to see Tame Impala for at least, I've only started listening to them for probably the last 5-6 years.
That's a pretty big one, yeah. Tame Impala was good.
I want to see him again because, like I said, I was drunk and
Didn't quite get the full experience.
exactly. I would like to get a little closer, but nonetheless, it was a great time.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I feel like they would fit in at Bottle Rock. I don't know. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was actually
They're not too big where they couldn't do Bottle Rock.
no. I mean, if you do Outside Lands, you could do Bottle Rock. You know what I mean? I think I was thinking about that today. I think they'd be a perfect headliner for Bottle Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And they have played Outside Lands before, not as a headliner, but they have been one of the higher of the bill.
Right. That's good.
So
Nice.
great time. I also saw Nelly. Nelly played.
How was he?
He was good. He kind of blew his load at the beginning, so he played like all of his hits. He played all the hits first,
Yeah.
and then he started playing a little bit of new songs. And he played,
Does he still come out with music? I don't
yeah, he was talking about his new album, and he played a song off of it, and everyone
Okay.
just kind of like, what are we doing here,
Yeah. Just
And
conversating.
he played a Florida Georgia Line song, and he played that song he does with Tim McGraw,
Yeah.
which I expected he was going to play that.
Right.
But it's one of those, I can still check off my list. I've seen Nelly live. But that'd be cool if we could all. It's one of those things where you can't. Like, we wouldn't be able to go 3 days because we don't live there.
Yeah.
Unless
You'd have to get a hotel,
Yeah, which
would be expensive.
really expensive, especially if it's anywhere close and
And
around
they
that
jack the
time.
prices up.
You have to buy the hotel like right now for next August. Is when it's going to be.
The Marriott does that with Bottle Rock. I mean, the prices.
Yeah, and it makes sense.
For
You want to
Marriott.
make as much money as you can. But we should all try to go regardless. Like
Maybe do a day or
like a
something.
Sunday
And
next
to
year
hit the
or
next
next.
headliner
Yeah,
or
it's going to be in
something.
August. 'Cause, it's usually not in October.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because-
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people dressed up. I didn't. I was draped in my Cowboys gear.
You're a Cowboys fan for Halloween, and you got the victory.
Devin's friend Candace was like, "Oh, so you're a pile of shit for Halloween."
Oh yes, Candace, I love it.
She said it jokingly, but it was pretty funny. But
So
yeah.
were you guys all together? Because we're she working it.
Yeah, Candace and Devin were both working it.
No, they were both working.
But we all hung out kind of where they were working. And
Gotcha.
It was cool because it wasn't like way too busy. They call it wine lands.
Right. I
There's
saw
beer
that.
lands,
Yeah.
wine lands.
I saw like some like a pan because I forget who it was, like their story, like a pan of like the cocktail bars that they had. That was pretty amazing. Like just the shit that they had on hand.
I didn't have any cocktails. I drank strictly beer. Because it was it's a lot of money for a beer.
Yeah.
You can pay $12 for a 12 ounce or $14 for a 16 ounce. So you might as well go
Right.
for the 14.
Yeah.
And I was drinking only Racer 5s because,
Yeah.
well, because I'm trying to get the most.
Try to get the best bang for your buck. Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And I paid for it yesterday. Let me tell you. But I recommend anybody going
Yeah.
to Outside Lands, no
Nice.
matter what.
Yeah. No, I think that should be something sort of on the bucket list.
And for me, it's always, going to anything, a new venue or festival or anything is always really fun for me because that's like one of the things I look forward to
Yeah.
other than the music. Because I like to see what's going on, like
Well, sure, yeah.
what the setup is and all that.
Yeah.
So,
Especially after having gone to Bottle Rock to see like the comps.
yes. Yes.
So real quick, since we're hearing some commotion in the background, I believe the Braves just won the World Series.
Yes. So-
we'll confirm that at some point in the
Yes.
show, but I believe the Braves just won the World
Yeah.
Series.
And who you're hearing is Taylor Martin, who is very drunk right now in the living
he's
room.
having a day.
So I hope you're having a good laugh, because we are too.
Also, really quick, you probably see a new setup if you're a watcher.
Yes.
This was kind of planned because we had plans to have somebody on with us today. Unfortunately, Nico had to cancel, but that's all right. We'll get him at some point.
Yes, we will.
One of these days.
He's a hard man to
Yeah,
to
he's
get
a busy
because
man, so
he normally lives 3,000 miles away in New
right,
York.
right.
We love our man from Manhattan. We wish he was here.
Yeah, but I will absolutely forgive him. Work
No.
held him up, so
Oh, he's
is what it
he's
is.
a working man.
he's
Yeah,
collecting the checks.
Collecting those
that
nice
count.
checks. Collecting those nice
This
checks.
doesn't pay, unfortunately.
No.
At least not yet.
No, not yet. No.
But yeah, so we do have a new setup. We might keep this permanently. Who
I
knows?
kinda like
maybe
this.
Maybe we'll switch it up back and forth. We'll see.
Yeah, I like how I'm
Kinda
forced
up.
to stand up straight.
Yeah. Although I still feel myself slumping, but
Of course.
here we
yeah.
are.
We all slump.
Yeah. What are we drinking?
Well, I'm drinking a strawberry white claw because I am a basic bitch, and you're drinking a.
Old fashioned.
There you go.
One of these days we'll do this as a cocktail of the week. Because we haven't done it.
We haven't
No.
done that?
No. Oddly enough.
Shocking because it's
We
like
did-
one,
yeah,
it's like
we-
one of your favorite cocktails.
It
right?
is. It is a nice go-to. We did Manhattans, but I don't think we've done all
Is that something that you would order at a bar, like to go to at a bar, or no?
Yeah, if I felt like, I mean, I would probably do a Manhattan before an old fashioned. At least right now, I feel like my taste is more of Manhattan, but old fashioned is definitely.
And you know my go-to at a bar
Universal.
is vodka soda.
Vodka soda.
Vodka
Yeah.
soda. It's my go-to.
That's a lot of people's go-to. So you're not
I know, it's good.
you're not off the beaten path.
It's like you can't fuck up a vodka soda.
I would hope not.
You're
I
right.
really hope not. You can definitely fuck up an old fashioned, but yeah, vodka soda.
It's kind of like what my dad says when he goes places and to order food. He always gets a club sandwich. You know why? 'Cause you can't fuck up a club sandwich.
And that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Which I still think you could. You can fuck up a club sandwich more than you could a vodka
Oh,
soda.
easily, yeah. 2 ingredients versus like 6, yes. But yeah.
To me, I just think he likes that middle bun.
Just get a Big Mac. Motion.
Dude, for real. So enough about
Bullshit.
No, hey, weren't you Kyle Shanahan for Halloween?
I was Kyle Shanahan for Halloween.
You had the headphones too,
I
though.
had the headset on.
Where did you get the headset from?
I guess snacking from Dylan. You know what's funny too is I wasn't gonna dress up because work allows us to dress up for Halloween, and it's got to be something reasonable. But work allows us to dress up for Halloween, and I wasn't even thinking about it. I had to be at work at 2 on Halloween. I get out of the shower and getting ready. It's like 1:53. I'm like, I just really don't feel like putting on my Marriott polo today. So I'm like, what can I put together? I was like, I know I had the hat that kind of is close to the one he wears. I got a Niners.
I think I've seen him wear that hat.
Yeah,
Or the red one.
He has the red and the white one that he wears normally. So I threw on my Niners shirt. It's got the little logo,
Yeah.
which is kind of similar to something he
And
wears.
obviously the Marriott allowed you guys to dress up.
Right. Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then I was like, all I need is like the headset. I was gonna like try and find something that would look like a play sheet or something. I could have done a clipboard if I really wanted to,
Yeah.
but yes, I was Kyle
the
Shanahan.
clipboard would have been too much.
But yes, I was Kyle Shanahan for Halloween.
Does that mean you're blowing leads too at work? Or?
I could have, if someone wanted to make a joke, I could have gone with it and said, yes, I'm the master Super Bowl blower.
Gotcha.
But
Did anybody else at your work dress up?
it's sort of like one of the servers like wore like some kind of Halloween related T-shirt. And
Oh,
she
okay.
brought like a Chucky doll. It was pretty funny.
Chucky. I can't believe that dude or not dude, but that doll is still relevant.
It's still right,
Yeah,
right.
He used to scare the fuck out of me though. I mean, he's still creepy, but he used to really scare me when I was
Yeah. What's funny too about my situation is no one got it because I had the headphones, but I couldn't wear them while I was working because it just didn't work.
You,
Like,
oh,
it was just in my
you
way.
were able to wear the hat.
I wore the hat,
Oh, okay.
wore the hat, wore the shirt, wore like some kind of gray slack looking pants to try and
Okay.
match them as best I could. But someone called me Garoppolo. I'm like, dude, I'm Shanahan. Get it, figure it out.
Yeah, you are Garoppolo. 'Cause you're on the sidelines with the headset on.
But our boy Jimmy G, he did have a good game this week.
What do I say? What do I say about Jimmy G most games or most weeks?
He does.
He
win.
wins
He does
games.
win. So we'll get to that.
We'll
later.
get into that.
We'll
Yes.
get to that later. All right, what do we got going on today, sir?
We got some local sports. We got our NASCAR. We got, like we said, the World Series. We think the Braves just won.
Pretty sure that happened.
World Series / baseball talk.
Yep.
A little bit of college football because the CFP ranking,
They
college
just came
football
out
playoff
today.
rankings did come out today.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the bulk of the show, as always, National Football League.
NFL.
And then last call.
Mhm.
How could we forget about
Mm-hmm.
the last part of the show? Last call.
So so what sports? The Sharks, they slipped a little bit this week, but they did win their last game against the Jets in overtime. They're now 5-3
Yeah.
on the season. They're playing Buffalo tonight.
When are we going to a fucking game?
We gotta go.
Yes.
But Garrett wants to go see them play Seattle, if that interests you. I think
When
it's
is
in,
that?
I think it's in December, middle of December.
Okay.
So I'll have to look
Did you
into
see?
that.
Did you hear that he's going to the Hawaii? He's going to Hawaii, and he's going to the Hawaii San Diego State football game.
Is he? Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Well, because I saw yesterday on TV that I was like, oh, San Diego State's playing Hawaii. I figured it was football.
Yeah.
That's cool because both of his sisters go to Hawaii.
And then
San Diego State.
Yeah, Cam goes to Hawaii and,
Yeah.
and Rory goes to San Diego
So I was
State.
telling him, I was like, hey, did you see that Hawaii's playing San Diego State? He's like, yeah, I'm going to the game. He's like, I'm going to Hawaii. He's like, I'm going to the game. I'm like,
Yeah.
no shit, it's really cool.
Mhm.
I guess it's the first game back for Hawaii. Like COVID.
Oh,
It's like, or like
gotcha.
for fans to be there.
Yeah.
So I mean,
They'll
Hawaii.
be tight. I'm sure
They'll be
they'll
rocking.
packed.
They'll be
Yeah.
rocking. You know, I mean, Hawaii's not good.
Yeah, they don't have a huge football program, but yeah.
That's gonna be
Definitely
that's
gonna be
gonna be like cool. I think his mom's going too. I mean, I don't know the deal, you know.
Yeah,
But I think
that should be awesome.
that'd be a great time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, he wants to go to see them play the Kraken.
Their first game against
yeah,
the Kraken.
Yeah, I think it's middle of December.
Wow.
So we will have to look into that.
Yeah.
They're playing Buffalo tonight. They were up 2-1 last we checked after one period of play.
It sounded like something happened.
Yeah,
Dylan
Dylan screamed. So we'll
So
see.
is it 3-1?
I'm hoping so. Let's see. Scores. I don't know ESPN Plus. You
Oh
fucking
my
clowns.
god. You should already have this dialed in.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just kidding. Kind of.
Sharks are up 3-1. That's what it was.
There we go. Thanks, Dylan.
Confirmed.
Appreciate it.
Also, the Warriors finally lost their first game of the year on
About
Thursday
time.
in overtime to Memphis. That was actually a really good game. I was watching that at work. But they did bounce back on Saturday with a blowout win over the Thunder, and they're playing Charlotte tomorrow.
Yes.
What do you have about your Kings?
My Kings have won 2 out of the last 3, and they're playing Utah right now.
Yeah. We
Utah
gotta-
was
we
up
gotta
by.
see. It was a close game.
Was it 111, 107?
It was 107, 104.
Oh, and
So it's,
the Jazz were up.
Yeah.
And also, I want to mention the Kings beat the Suns
They
earlier in
did.
the week.
Yeah, that's a nice
That's a
win.
huge win.
That's a very nice win.
You just beat the team. You beat the Western Conference champs.
Yeah. So, scores final, Jazz won 119, 113. So 3-4 now in the year.
But the Jazz are also a good team too.
Yeah.
The Kings are playing good against good teams. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
You know, I can't say I've watched really any Kings games this year, unfortunately, because you know I'm
Yeah.
kind of more of a busy guy these days. But you know, I'm just really looking for an excuse to rock my fucking jersey during the playoffs. I got 2 jerseys.
I think coming into today, they were sitting 8th. I think your prediction of them being at least in the plan,
Feeling
it's
good.
not a bad call.
Feeling good.
I don't know why I didn't think of them. I like, for whatever reason, I was just like Zion and Brandon Ingram are gonna do enough to get the Pelicans to the playoffs.
Well,
So-
to me, I thought
I don't love that pick.
I thought picking them in that 10th seed was kind of a homer
Sure.
thing. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, why
They're
not?
due.
Why
They're
not?
due. It's been like what?
They are so due.
It's been like since like 2007. I think they made the playoffs.
It's been a while.
It's a long time. I think it's the longest active streak, or maybe almost ever.
Yeah, I think it's a great city because it's really the only team that
That's what they got.
the only team
And they have the River Cats, but they love the
that
Kings.
doesn't count. Doesn't
Okay.
count. Yeah.
Yeah,
As far as
the
pro
Kings
sports.
are what they got.
Kings are what they got. Yeah.
I think they were thinking about bringing an MLS team there. But
That is in the talks. I don't know if that. I think it might be pushed back or maybe not even happen. We'll see.
But yeah, the Kings. It's the capital of California.
Mhm.
People kind of
It's the
forget.
capital. Yeah.
It's the capital of California, Sacramento. You know. So they got to do it for the city.
Yeah. We're not talking about college football this week because it was not good. But we're going to move on to NASCAR really quick.
We're not going to talk about local college
college football.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sorry.
You're throwing me
we'll
off.
get to college football
Yes.
later. But in NASCAR, the last race before the playoffs, before the championship round,
Yes.
Alex Bowman nudged Denny Hamlin out of the way for the win at Martinsville, which was very controversial.
Yeah, of course.
Denny was not too thrilled. but
Danny handled it well.
he handled it real well. Yeah, not childish whatsoever.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But lucky for him, he is in the final four. There's four drivers left to win the championship. Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, and Martin Truex Jr.
Ooh.
are the last four.
Okay.
House standings are
The house standings
looking
are
interesting.
looking pretty good. Pretty much
Pretty
two. Should we mention anybody else besides me and Ashley at this point?
Sure, just for shits
Okay.
and giggles. But
So I'm at 152. Ashley's at 127. Danny's at 90. Dylan's at 82. Alex is at 74. Garrett's at 60. And you are still sitting pretty. And I think you're going to be staying here
probably.
at 42,
Yeah.
last place.
Yeah, this last race for 36 drivers has just been going through the motions essentially. Yeah, I mean, and we talked about this before the show. You pretty much have this locked up. Got a 25-point lead.
Ashley would have to have a lot happen.
Have to have a lot of really good things happen for her, including some accidents involving your drivers.
Yeah.
So I'm not thinking that's going to happen. So I'll call you the champion now.
Whoa.
I know it's not over, but
I don't like the jinx. I feel like you're kind of jinxing me right now.
You're going to be the champion.
Wow, what do I get? Bragging rights?
Yeah, pretty much.
Speaking of NASCAR, so at my work,
Mhm.
we're getting ready for Christmas stuff. You know, like the whole store goes Christmas. And so they're going through all the ornaments today, and I'm upstairs because that's where they do all the Christmas stuff.
Sure.
And I'm looking up at the table, and there's a bunch of stuff. I'm like, oh, these are kind of cool. I scored two. They're two different ones, but they're like flat ornaments
Okay.
of Tony Stewart. Two Tony Stewart ones.
The 20 car, the Home Depot?
14.
Okay, that's not bad.
So I think what I'm gonna do, which I wasn't surprised you, but I'll tell you right now. I think I'm gonna give you guys one for your tree.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I know you don't like Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart was actually my favorite racer back in the day. I love Tony Stewart, the
Really?
Home Depot car. And the first NASCAR race I ever went to in Sonoma, he won that race.
Okay. Well, I will say I have two hats, both Kevin Harvick hats that have Tony Stewart's last name on them. So.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'll
'Cause
bring
he is car
one.
owner.
I'll bring one for you guys.
Do it. So yeah, championship is next week at Phoenix.
So this will be the last race of the season.
last race of the year.
Wow.
For all the marbles.
Man, you think the fans are stoked that we're done talking about NASCAR finally?
Probably. I was just thinking like we probably next season need to just kind of space out how we talk about NASCAR a little bit, but it's all good.
We do. I mean, we talk. I feel like we talk about NASCAR more than probably like.
As consistently as any sport because it's a 9-month sport.
Yes, we do. And if they don't like it, they know how to skip. They have a
Yeah,
skip button, right?
Exactly.
Because if we didn't have the house standings, we would blow through this.
Well,
in
we
2 minutes.
probably wouldn't even talk
Or
about
talk
it at
about
all,
it,
really. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to baseball. So the Braves, like we said, did indeed
They won.
clinch the World Series.
Their first time since 1995, a great year.
Right. You were born.
Yes.
I was 1 year old.
Yes.
Heck of a run for the Braves. Got to hand it to them.
I feel bad for our boy Dusty though.
Yeah.
He just.
I mean, I had it like we've talked about. It's hard to root for Houston at this point, but Dusty definitely would have been really cool to see him win one.
Yeah. Good for the Braves though, man. That's cool.
Yeah. And the Braves have just in our lifetime, like you said. I mean, you were born in '95. That was the last time they won a World Series. They've always been just a good team. They've won so many divisions, but just haven't quite gotten there. They've hardly even been to World Series in that time.
Really happy for Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, Freddie's a good dude.
How
good
long has he
player.
been there for?
He is. I want to say he's in.
He's drafted
like his 11th season.
Drafted there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna
He
say
just
it's
seems like
11th.
he's a good dude.
Oh yeah.
I think I don't know if I was with you, but I saw a clip of like this ESPN, not like 30 for 30, but it's like I forget what when they talk about one player and like his upbringing.
Uh huh.
I think his mom died at a young age or something like that, or something.
Like that.
I watched that and I had a lot more respect for him, because I didn't know much about Freddie Freeman
Right.
before,
Yeah.
but really happy for him,
Did
Yeah.
you see? I don't know if it was on Halloween, but he went trick or treating with his kid, and some kid in the neighborhood was dressed up as him, and he walked by the kid and was like, "Hey, you dressed up as me?" He's like, "I think that's my name and my number on your shirt," and he's like, and the kid's like, "Yeah," like he's like 5 years old.
Oh yeah, he's probably shocked.
Yeah, he's just like, "Yeah." And I can't remember exactly what happened after that, but that must have been awesome for that kid.
Do we know who the MVP was of the World Series?
I don't know how quickly they announced it, but we could maybe find that out at some point.
But I'll give you kudos. You picked the Braves to win, right? Or did you pick the
coming
Braves?
into the series? Yes,
Yes.
yes, I did.
I picked the Astros.
Yeah.
Astros, they couldn't hit. The pitch, like you said, the pitching was probably the best pitching that they've seen in the postseason.
Well, that too, but like the Braves had faced some good pitching and they were able to
Yeah.
to beat them, which was,
And the Astros just couldn't get hits in the series.
yeah, they just I mean they did well to extend it to a 6th game by coming back after that. Dude, that grand slam last game in Atlanta. I don't know if you were watching the game.
It was on Sunday.
It was yeah, I guess it was on
I
Sunday.
wasn't watching
Oh my God, the crowd when I mean, they hit a grand slam in the first inning and the crowd.
Oh, when they were up 4-0, right?
Yes, the
Okay.
crowd just.
I did see it was 4-0, but I didn't see any of the game.
I would have loved to be there. Just
Oh, dude.
seeing a crowd erupt like that.
Well, especially at that point, you're
Must be-
thinking it's 4-0 first.
We got this.
We're
gonna clinch it
clinching
tonight.
at home.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Astros came back quick and tied it.
Yeah. And then they scoring what 9 runs.
I think
the
they won
Astros?
9-5. Yeah.
But man, on the other side, the Astros fans, you've seen your team lose the World Series twice
Yeah.
in the last 5 years.
And you got that Astros hanging on that 2017 ship too.
Man,
Yikes.
I mean, who knows if Correa's gonna be back? He's gonna be a free agent.
That's true.
I don't know if is Altuve locked up in Bregman.
Altuve has a contract. Bregman, I think, is still on his rookie contract. So yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. Because I did read an article saying, hey, this could be the last run of the core 4.
I saw that on the ESPN app.
Yeah.
I didn't read it, but I saw the core 4 thing you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, could we get Correa to play third base for the Giants, or
But,
dude,
I don't know. He's kind of a tool. I don't know if I want him to be a Giant.
Dude.
I understand. Give me Corey Seager. Let's go.
you have Corey Seager and Correa? No, you wouldn't. Really?
Corey Seager's pretty damn good. I know he let that ball get by his glove in the championship.
I'd be okay with either.
Right.
I'll give you that.
Although, and even Correa has been pretty inconsistent in his career. He's had some down seasons.
Yes, it's just
He is a badass though.
I just couldn't imagine seeing my team lose 2 in a short span like that.
Right.
Like I remember when the Giants lost in 2002. I was young, but I was still sad.
Yeah, I've seen the Niners lose the Super Bowls
Twice?
in like a 7 year.
And you've seen the Warriors lose well,
twice, but
I
yeah,
don't-
the one
the
didn't
Ra-
hurt
the-
as bad. It definitely
the
didn't.
Raptors one is, if KD would have played because he was balling
Yeah,
before he busted his shit,
yeah.
you guys would have won that series.
I'd like to think so too.
Even with Klay Thompson, if Klay Thompson would have busted his shit, I think you guys would have took it to Game 7.
I would, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's definitely possible. But yeah, congratulations to the Braves.
Yeah, I'm sure the Astros will still be in the mix next year.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, Verlander theoretically is going to be back. McCullers will be healthy, although I mean he was healthy all year, but except for the World Series.
I think we should also know that we were both completely wrong with our World Series picks.
Yeah, so you had the Dodgers beating
The Twins.
the Twins, which was. I mean, we both had the Dodgers in the World Series.
Yeah, we both had them win it.
Yeah. I had the White Sox getting to the World Series.
And that was a better call than my Twins call because
It was
the
much better.
White Sox
You're
were
right.
really good.
You're right. Yeah, White Sox were good. They just kind of fell apart in the playoffs.
I hate picking chalk like that, like the Dodgers winning. But I mean, I'd
But
probably
it's-
do the same thing next year.
Right.
Or
I
for,
mean,
I'm not
the
not
Dodgers
trying
are going to be the favorites going into next year.
not trying to give it away now, but I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna pick the Dodgers.
I don't think
again.
there's any question. That's the thing about sports, though. It's like, it's so hard to predict things that you wouldn't,
Yeah,
think are going to happen.
it's like what you said a couple weeks ago with our basketball picks. Is that it doesn't
You
matter?
just gotta
It
go
doesn't
for
matter
it.
what you say because you're gonna be wrong.
You
anyways,
just got to go
so.
for it. Babe, let go Warriors, baby.
Dude, I remembered that again today.
5-1.
So I think I was listening to Greg Papa at work, or like in those guys, and they were all talking about the Warriors because it's just what they're supposed to do.
Right.
And I was thinking about how you fucking picked the Warriors to win the championship. I'm like, this guy's out of his mind. What are you talking
You
about?
know who has a big fat hard on for the Warriors is Stephen A. Smith.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I need to stop listening to him talk about the Warriors because I think he's going to jinx it. he's been hyping them up for sure.
Stephen A.
Anyhow, let's talk real quick about college football. Or actually, no.
No, I got some
Take it
stuff.
back, take it back.
Yeah, I got some stuff I wanna talk about.
Yeah, sorry. Jump the gun.
Well, you also wanted to mention some.
Yeah,
things,
so
too.
Bob Melvin is leaving the A's to go to the Padres. I thought that was kind of interesting. He actually had an option that the A's would have probably picked up, but they allowed him to interview for this job for the Padres, which they fired their manager like a day or two after the season ended.
So I remember I turned on the radio, listened to Greg Papa, and they were talking about Bochy and the Padres, and I totally thought I went on my phone instantly. I was like,
Did they sign
yeah, I
him?
thought did they sign him? I was gonna be like, because it would have been like fuck, but it would have been kind of cool because he played there and he had managed there before.
Yeah.
Then I listened a little more and it said Bob Melvin, and I didn't know he's the winningest manager in A's history.
He did have a pretty long tenure, like as far as because the A's they're always about who can we get next that's a dollar cheaper kind of thing, unfortunately, but that's just how it's been. So yeah, he did stay there for a lot longer than most A's managers do.
And I don't really blame Melvin for looking at what the A's have done in the past with their players,
Right.
and going
right.
look at this Padres team that has so much potential. Because I think everybody had the Padres at least coming first or second in the division this year. It didn't happen. They had a really bad year. Or to their standards.
Yeah, they really just fell apart over the last couple months. It was because they were on track to be a playoff team, and it just completely derailed.
Exactly.
But yeah, that was kind of interesting. So, what else you got?
I got so Cleveland Indians are trying to change their name to the Guardians, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the Cleveland Guardians roller derby team has filed a federal lawsuit to block the Cleveland Guardians baseball team from using their name.
No shit.
The Derby Club says it had quote-unquote common law trademark rights dating back to 2013, and they also have a web domain and social accounts with that name. And they even have their own logo. It's the bottom one.
Interesting. And it's like not that far off on the
No,
front
it
and
looks
everything.
the way it is. It looks kind of the same.
It looks better than the ones that
It kind of
Cleveland-
does. I saw that and I was
baseball
like, I
team
mean,
did.
they might not be able to do this. I mean, they could probably buy them out maybe. But I mean, if this
I bet they will. I didn't even think about that, but I bet they will.
they could probably buy them. They have more. I'm sure the team has more money than a roller derby team.
Right.
I just thought it was.
That's pretty funny.
Isn't that weird? Also, I want to mention that unfortunately for the Astros, their season's over.
Yeah.
But I saw this stat last Wednesday, and it said Jose Altuve tied Bernie Williams for the second most home runs in postseason history.
That's pretty wild.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
I mean, he's hit a lot of big home
He's
runs,
played,
hits.
Yeah, he's played in some postseasons for sure.
I think also surprised me more is that Manny Ramirez has the most all-time with 29 home runs in the postseason.
Well, I mean, it's easy to think that a legend from the past would have done it, but baseball has expanded the postseason a lot.
Oh yeah,
Because it's been about this long for I think since the mid '90s.
Okay, I see what you
Even
mean.
not even including the wild card round, which they expanded, but that's only one game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's even NFL's expanded their playoffs, NBA has done the same thing. So yeah, it's easy to think it would be someone from a long time ago, but yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I mean, Altuve.
And the Astros have gone to at least the ALCS in 5 straight years.
So he has the
a
opportunity.
lot more games too. Yeah.
And the whole asterisk thing sucks because if that wasn't there, he'd be a surefire Hall of Famer, and he still might make it.
I would think he's probably in the discussion. Yeah.
Also, another thing I wanted to mention, I have one more thing after this, is that I kind of want to give myself a little pat on the back because I swear I remember myself saying that I think it was like the first week the Giants played of the season, and Buster Posey was on fire or something close to that.
Yeah.
And I was like, Buster Posey, comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
I was screaming it from day one,
Yeah.
week one.
Yeah.
And he won
There it is.
comeback player of the year.
There it is.
That's our boy Buster.
Love that guy.
He's
What a year he had.
this
honestly.
is his second comeback player of the year award.
Yeah, because he won in 2012.
And it's one of those things where you'd rather win like MVPs, but this is still cool.
Yeah.
This might help him get a little closer to the Hall of Fame.
I think this definitely enhanced his resume for
Yes.
sure. Because he was, his last few years before that injury and taking the year off, he was definitely on the decline.
Mhm.
There's no question about that. But that was a huge year that Buster just put together.
So congrats to Buster.
Absolutely.
We love that man. He's gonna have a statue, number
He's done so
retired.
much for San Francisco and the
he's-
Giants.
He should run for mayor because he'd be great.
Be hard pressed not to vote for him.
Yeah. Last thing I want to mention about the MLB real quick is, did you see So we're all familiar with PETA, right?
Mm-hmm.
PETA, they try to save the animals and all that.
Right.
Which, that's cool, whatever. Did you see that they're trying to make the MLB or convince the MLB or something along those lines to change the word bullpen to arm barn?
I did hear that. Because
I
what does bullpen actually reference?
I would think it has something to do with bowls. 'Cause I think that's why they.
Yeah.
That's why they were making a big deal out of it, because it's just your face says it all.
That just sounds like a bunch of fucking bullshit.
And so, do you know what the Urban Dictionary definition is for arm barn?
Please enlighten me.
Shoving one's fist up one's ass, similar to fisting, only a funnier word. I shit you not. I saw it on Twitter. I looked it up, and this is real. So the MLB might want to reconsider the word arm barn.
Yeah, arm barn's not gonna win.
Or maybe even PETA should reconsider.
Yeah.
In the words of Vince Staples, the rapper, I ain't never seen PETA do anything for one animal. I ain't never seen him save one animal. Have you? No.
I mean, I've never heard about it, but I'm sure they have. But
No, I've never seen it though.
never
Never seen it. So
fisting.
that's that.
Glorious.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like I heard someone else say this, but like what? Did the Bulls tell you that they don't like this name? Bullpen?
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. Get over it. People are fucking stupid.
I really try to go with people's feelings for the most part. Like people and things have feelings, but like
Not that many feelings.
bullpen.
Yeah.
It's
They
just-
don't know that we're saying bullpen. That's facts.
Like I'm cool with the DL going to the IR,
Right.
or is it
Or the IL.
IL? Excuse me. I'm cool.
That's
With
fine,
I
because
get that.
disabled,
I get
yeah.
that.
That's fine.
The bullpen. I mean, they can't do arm barn now.
No.
This is completely ruined. Arm barn. Look it up. If you don't believe me, look it up. It's fucking hilarious, is what it is. So that's all for the MLB. What else do we have, sir?
We're moving on to college football. The CFP rankings were revealed tonight. We will do our NFL version, I think, next week. Not confirmed, but we'll talk about that.
Because I thought you wanted to do it when they started.
That's how we did it last year. I think there's just, now that there's 18 weeks in the NFL, it just feels like it's too early to do
Yeah,
it.
I'm cool doing it.
Because the CFP rankings come out about 2/3 of the way through the regular season. So, yeah, I want to hold off on that for now. But, yeah, so top 4, Georgia, Alabama, which I thought Alabama would move to number 2, even though they do have a loss. Michigan State, number 3, after their big win over Michigan. And Oregon, surprising number 4.
They're just trying to get Pac-12 some love right now.
Yeah.
They're trying to get Pac-12 love early.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause isn't Oregon one loss?
they do have one loss. They did beat Ohio State, which Ohio State is number 5. Cincinnati, undefeated, but not a Power 5 school, number 6. Michigan, who just lost their first game to Michigan State. I don't know if you watched this, or you didn't watch this game, but it was a really good game.
How long is Jim Harbaugh going to get away with losing big games to teams that he needs to beat?
It's crazy.
Michigan State and Ohio State, he just really can't beat.
Yeah,
He can't.
yeah, he finds ways to lose those
He
games.
can't keep getting away with
They
it.
had a 16-point lead in the third quarter in this game and found a way to lose. And Taylor Lewan, I know people saw this video. You're gonna eat those words, my friend.
Who?
The guy who from the Tennessee Titans that went to Michigan.
Oh,
I sent you that
dude,
video. Yeah.
that was good.
Or he's already eaten those words. Let's put it that way.
So he obviously played for Michigan,
He
right?
played for Michigan.
And he was talking
Talking
mad
mad
shit.
shit before
Like
the
if
game.
he could have said "fuck Michigan State" like he wanted to, he would have.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what he said. So yeah.
It's Harbaugh. Like I said, I had a campaign going last week.
Yeah.
Bring Harbaugh to the Cowboys. I don't even know if I want him anymore. I thought about it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's
I don't
like
know.
an extended version of Shanahan. He just loses. He doesn't blow leads. He just loses the big game.
He could get you to probably the big game.
Yeah.
Not for Michigan, but
Not for Michigan, but he
I
did for the Niners.
well, not for Stanford
Yeah, not really for Stanford.
or for
He did win the Orange Bowl
or for
Stanford.
University of San Diego.
Yeah.
But,
But yeah. So yeah, Michigan is number 7. Oklahoma
that's got to be
undefeated,
that's gotta be
surprising
the
number
biggest
8.
surprise, right?
Surprising number 8.
I wonder if the QB situation is why they're.
I think they're just kind of not loving their resume too. I mean, they beat Texas, but Texas is now 4-4. I think they don't really have big wins on their schedule yet. So I gotta think that if they go undefeated, they'll be in there. I would be shocked if they didn't get in there.
Hey, look at Wake Forest though. At 9.
Wake Forest, number 9.
Shout out
undefeated.
Shout out Chris Paul.
Chris
Shout
Paul,
out Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan. That's true. Notre Dame, number 10. So I think Oregon surprising. Cincinnati not getting love is not shocking, but it would have been nice to see them at least at number 4.
Yeah.
For their sake. But they still got a chance. If they win all their games and win convincingly, they'll be fine. And then, like Oklahoma, number 8, that's a big shot.
I know somebody who's probably not happy about this.
Yeah. I still think they do kind of control their destiny like we talked about, but we'll see.
But, first week, if I'm a fan of Oklahoma, I'm not tripping that hard. It's like, you got to win more games. You got to prove more then. That's pretty much what it means.
And the College Football Playoff Committee has shown that you can prove yourself week in and week out, whether it's just winning a big game or beating someone convincingly.
Yeah.
So they have their chance to do it. Let's talk about real football.
Yes, please.
No offense to college football fans, but let's talk about the guys who get paid. The Rams. They just picked up Von Miller. What do you think about that?
I respect the Rams because we're going all in.
Yeah.
All in.
They're trading every fucking draft pick.
Yeah. Which I'm cool with because
if you're in that
they're in that window. They're in that window.
You're in that window.
Absolutely, right now they're in that window. And they probably will be for the next few years when Stafford's, however long Stafford's a quarterback there.
Right.
And it just sounds crazy that their defense is going to have Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, and Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
I know Von Miller this ain't 2015. He's not 2015 Super Bowl MVP Von Miller.
But if you're going to have him on the same defensive line as Aaron Donald, that's a nice comp. And I know Von hasn't really been putting up numbers this year, but that's not a mediocre Broncos team.
You know who I feel bad for is every quarterback in the NFC West.
Right. Unfortunately, the Niners.
They're kind of like they're trying to. I feel like the Rams are trying to make themselves like the Monstars almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not a bad call.
It's kind of like going back to the Harbaugh thing. How do they keep getting away with this? Keep getting players. It's almost like Tom Brady plays for the Rams.
Yeah. I think I heard Colin say like a year or two ago, like, how did the Rams have all this fucking cap space?
Yes, exactly.
Like, where's it coming from?
Yeah.
But
I don't think I heard Colin say that. I don't even think that the Rams are paying Von Miller anything.
No, I think his contract is done after this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Broncos picked up the tab to get a better return. Yeah, they got a second and a third round pick, which if they lost him in free agency, they would have got a compensatory pick that would have been a fifth rounder. So they made out decent.
But the Rams are going for it this year. Like they're going for it.
Right.
And if let's say they win the Super Bowl, they probably don't care what happens to Von Miller after this. They won the Super Bowl.
100%.
It's fine.
100%.
And I'm really bummed out that Nico's not here to talk about this because Nico is one of the bigger Ram fans that I know.
So he's the only Ram fan I think I do know, honestly.
No, he's not, because Ned is a Rams fan.
Oh, true.
But you don't really know Ned. Like
I know Ned, but I don't know him that
well. Yeah, I know two.
I do work at the same facility as Ned.
I know 2 Rams fans, and Nico is a bigger Rams fan than Ned is.
There you go.
Didn't think I would mention Ned on the podcast today, but it's fine.
He does ask about you every time I see him.
Really?
Yeah. He asks about you and your dad.
Oh, that's cool. What do you think about the Rams?
I mean, this is a solid move. I mean, who knows what Von's gonna bring to the table, but I think they're right in the mix as far as top teams in the NFC. There's no question about it.
Yeah, if we would have done our picks today for top 4 or top 6, I would have put the Rams up there. No doubt.
Your Cowboys, they got the dub this week, even without Dak.
Well, you can't ask for anything more for the Cowboys. Right. This was amazing.
Yeah.
I actually tried to, I was at the music festival on Sunday, but I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
I was watching Tam and Paula while watching the, Cooper Rush throw the touchdown pass to Amari Cooper. It was great. It was great because the Cowboys beat the Vikings. I had to talk a little shit to Jeremy a little bit, of course. He was texting me being like, you motherfucker, one of those things. I think they're playing with house money right now because if Dak is really not 100% to go against the Broncos, who aren't a great team by any means, they could sit him down again. Because I'd be okay with them.
It would be a terrible decision.
No. And I mean, I'm not guaranteeing they beat the Broncos because, this could have been a flash in the pan for Cooper Rush.
Sure. Yeah.
But from what I saw, he seemed like he played pretty well. You know?
I mean, he threw for like 325.
I mean, he outplayed Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins, but
Right.
he's also
He's been established.
a starting quarterback.
Yeah, he's
you
been
know what I mean?
established for sure.
And the Cowboys had a couple injuries. I think Tyron Smith got injured, and
He did. And Trayvon
Trayvon got
hurt
hurt.
late in the game. Yeah, that's
And I think
unfortunate.
Zeke and Pollard, I think combined for 70 yards, not even 100 yards rushing.
Right.
And the Cowboys still managed to get away. Micah Parsons, I didn't watch him play at all, but he was like the biggest takeaway from the week based off what everybody else has
Yeah,
said.
right.
He's a
pretty nice player.
My dad texted me being like, my next jersey is going to be a Parsons jersey.
What number is he rocking? Is it
He's 11.
11.
He's rocking Drew Bledsoe's
That's
number.
right.
or Cole Beasley.
So yes, you do have the victory outfit on today.
Yes.
So feeling good, right? 6-1.
Yeah,
Cowboys?
6-1.
6-1.
They played the next two games, the Broncos and the Falcons.
Would you have thought 6-1?
No, not at all.
Would it?
I thought
5-2. Would that be outrageous to you? I don't think like 5-2.
I don't know if I have it written down, but I think I could tell you what I thought
Like
the
as
Cowboys
far as
were going to be.
going down the list.
I think I have them. I have the Cowboys going 11-6, which is
11-6.
Still possible they could do that, but it's
Yeah.
looking like they could. They're going. You might as well go for the 1 seed.
Try to win. Yeah, I mean you don't go into any game thinking that you're going to lose as a team.
So it's one of those things where I want Dak to play because who knows what that game would have been if Dak played. They might have smoked the Vikings.
Could have, yeah. I mean, I'm not super high on the Vikings. Some people think they're still a good team. I'm not.
I think they're still a good team on paper.
Right. Yeah, that's one of those things. Is like I look at that team on paper and like, okay, they got Justin Jefferson, they got Adam Thielen, who's still a good player.
Yeah.
Generally, their defense is good,
Yeah.
but some years it's not. But I
They
think
got Dalvin Cook.
sometimes again, Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
How
One
can I forget?
of the best running backs,
Right.
or one of the best all-purpose running backs
Right,
in the league.
right. Sometimes they just don't seem to all put it all together, and maybe it's just Kirk Cousins, offensive line. I'm not sure, but
It was just I'm very pessimistic about my Cowboys, but winning that game on the road, the backup quarterback.
that's a big time win. No
Big
question
time.
about it. No question about it.
So we'll see.
I think that's good for the morale of the team because they don't feel like they have to lean on Dak.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we need Dak.
Sure.
We need
Yeah,
Dak.
like you're not going to go into the playoffs without Dak and feel good.
No, not
but
at all. But I think they could sit Dak one more week. Because he's already had
Absolutely
he's had
could.
2 weeks off because when he got hurt, he had to buy a week, and then he he didn't play this last Sunday.
Yeah.
So if he took one more week off, I'd be okay with it. Even if they did lose, 6-2, that's still an NFC East because they're still. I think they have a 3-game
They got a
lead.
good lead, yeah. 3 or at least 2.5,
Yeah.
something like that. So yeah,
So
they should be feeling good.
Yeah, he should be playing by the Falcons game. Dak should be,
Which would be 2 weeks. Yeah, 2
yeah,
weeks.
unless it's worse than what they say, but they make it seem like it's okay.
Well, yeah, they said he was almost. He was basically a game time decision on Sunday. So yeah.
What about your Niners?
My Niners, they got a win. They
got a
actually, it was a rocky first half, but they put the pedal to the metal and took it to the Bears in the second half. Got a 33-22 W. So.
Did you watch this whole game?
I watched. It's funny. We had a late night on Saturday. My fantasy football alarm goes off at 9:40, so that woke me up.
Mine's 9:45 in fantasy.
So, and so that woke me up. But I put the game on the iPad and just sat over there and
There you go.
stayed in bed
Yeah.
till halftime.
Yeah, okay.
And just kind of had it in my ear, but wasn't really paying that close attention. But it didn't seem like it was going all that well. But they played. Jimmy G, I gotta hand it to him. I mean, I know Niner fans don't love him. I'm not totally in love with him either, but he stuck his nose in there. Had a couple nice rushing touchdowns on the goal line. So I gotta hand it to him, and I think he threw for over 300 yards.
So I didn't watch the game, but I heard that Justin Fields played pretty decent
He
in a losing effort.
He made some plays. He had a play that was pretty spectacular on a 4th down. Where
Was it a running play?
It was a running play. It was
Yeah,
4th
I
and
did
1.
see that. I did see that.
4th and 1.
He scored a touchdown.
And he looked like he was dead in the water, spun around and went the other direction and ran for a touchdown.
I did see the replay of that.
No, I think if you're a Bears fan, Justin Fields has some promise for sure. I think he still has a lot to work on, just like all the rookie quarterbacks do this year. But yeah, can't complain about what Jimmy G did this week as much as anyone would want to.
Also, today is Jimmy G's 30th birthday.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Well,
You should wear your jersey for him today.
so we're on the decline for Jimmy, right?
Where's the jersey at? Should I grab it for you?
Fuck that guy. Anyways, I got the hat on.
There you go. Also, I want to mention Jameis Winston
Done for the year.
done for the year.
And it looks like Derrick Henry might be too.
Yeah, did you see they picked up Adrian Peterson?
They did. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Um,
That's not. I mean, you gotta try to do something.
I guess, right? Apparently they didn't have any faith in any of the backups they got. So
Did you want to talk about Henry Ruggs or no?
yeah, we should definitely mention Henry Ruggs. Unfortunately, and thoughts and prayers out to the families that were affected by this. But
Yes.
Henry Ruggs was involved in a car crash that killed, I think, 2 people. At least one.
I killed somebody.
He killed at least one
I don't know if it was
person.
1 or 2 or.
And he stayed on the scene and was deemed intoxicated and charged with DUI with I don't know how to say it, like with death or something like that, or
Yeah.
it wasn't like considered murder, but
Mhm.
yes,
DUI
unfortunately,
arrest resulting in death. for
resulting in
one
death.
person,
Yes,
Which is just you hate
Very-
to see it.
yeah, very unfortunate.
And he's young. I think Dylan was telling me he was 22. He's 22.
Yeah, I gotta think he's done for the year, and who knows what his
He might be
career.
going to jail.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna go to jail.
And I mean, who knows if the Raiders are even going to keep him after this?
I can't.
They might just release him or just.
Things are not looking good for him, and unfortunately, he had a good trajectory for his career. But
Things also aren't looking good for the Raiders. Or losing Gruden and then this.
right,
it's just
yeah,
like,
a lot
it's
of shit going on.
It's almost like I want to pull for the Raiders now after this.
Right.
And it's like fuck, dude. It's
Hopefully, the same result comes out of it for them, and that they rally around the fact that something shitty happened, and they just come together as a team.
and also who knows? Like let's say he does jail time, but it's not like a long time. But he can come back. Let's say he's in the right mindset because
Right, because you could be just totally mentally fucked.
Yeah, and he killed somebody.
Yeah.
I mean that's
I don't even know how
You know what I mean?
how I would feel about it.
Even if I killed somebody in a car accident on accident, that's heavy.
Yeah.
That
Like the accident wasn't your fault, but
Yes.
someone died in it.
Yeah,
That would be big time.
takes a toll on you.
Right.
It'd have to. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody with a conscience, that would take a toll on you. You know what I mean? Terrible news, like you said. Condolences out to the family.
Yeah.
You don't really have any condolences for Henry Ruggs.
No, I don't feel bad for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he committed
Yes.
essentially he committed a crime. Yeah.
But man, just brutal, dude.
Tough stuff for sure.
Yeah. There's no easy way to move on from something like that. We do have our week 9 picks that we want to do.
Yes, you ready? Ready for this?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay.
I feel like I always go first, so I'll
Yeah.
let you go
Oh,
first.
give me the honors. All right.
Yes,
all right.
yes, yes.
So speaking of the Raiders, I'm picking them
Yeah.
on the road against the Giants. They are 2.5-point favorites. The Giants they're tough to watch. I know they give the Chiefs a little bit of run for the money,
The Chiefs
but
tried
the Chiefs are not as good as the Raiders right now. I don't think.
No.
I know this whole Henry Ruggs thing totally throws a wrench in that,
Yeah.
but I still think I like the Raiders. Also, we have Green Bay and Kansas going into Kansas City. Speaking of the Chiefs again,
This line is even, by the
this is
way.
an even line. I'm picking the Packers on the road as a pick 'em.
I also picked the Packers over the Chiefs
Okay.
as a pick 'em, and I'm picking the Ravens over the Vikings.
Ravens. I almost picked that one.
5.5.
I didn't like that number. 5.5 kind of scared me, but
But after last week losing to the Cowboys as a backup, I gotta think Lamar Jackson is just gonna
yeah.
tear him up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
The thing is that the Ravens seem to be all over the place. Like they'll blow a team out and then get
Yeah.
blown out by the fucking Bengals. So I don't love them at the moment. But
Also, what are our numbers right now?
so our record, you are now 4-12. You were the only the only win last week.
we can't get.
We're not looking good, man.
We're not good at this.
I'm now 6-10.
But we are not quitting
Yeah.
until one of us.
We gotta get
goes-
to 500. We gotta
Yeah.
have a 2-0 week.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
And what are you at right now?
I'm 6-10. I lost both my matchups
So
last week.
I'm not too far behind you now.
You're 2
Like
games
you're
back.
0-2 this last week.
Yeah,
Helps me
you
out.
picked up again.
And it's funny because I feel like we're really competing. We're just doing it.
Yeah, we're just going.
No, I'm not really thinking of it as competition.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Maybe if it gets close, it'll
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
little
Yeah.
more interesting. But
Yeah.
man, I cannot believe it. That Lions game just blew my mind.
Because you picked.
I felt good about them.
You picked.
And they lost by 38.
What did you say last week? They're due.
They're due.
They're due.
Clearly they weren't.
They lost 44-6. I
Yeah.
believe.
Last time I fucking bet on the Lions, Jesus Christ,
Jeez.
that was rough.
2 things you don't do: bet against your own team
And bet on the
and
Lions.
the Lions. Yes. Jared Goff still hasn't won a game with a head coach that's not Sean McVay.
That's unbelievable.
Right? It's a little weird.
So is it going to take a Jared Goff injury for the Lions to win a game this year?
I don't know.
We shall see. We
It's
shall see.
yeah, it's pretty bad.
What time is it?
It is time for last call.
Yes, sir.
You know what? Lace me up.
Johnny?
I like this episode, so how am I doing? Am I doing one thing?
Yeah, why not?
Fuck it, right? Did you have anything in particular to talk about? Because I do.
You go first. I
So-
don't really have it.
Not sports related at all. Mention music again, because we started with it, we're going to end with it.
There you go.
The Foo Fighters, a band that we're
Big fans of?
big fans of. You have a poster in your room, which I like it, wish I had it. I think I want to get one that's their first album with a
Okay.
gun on it, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
They got inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame over the weekend.
Did they really?
Yes,
How the fuck did I not hear about this?
they did.
Nice.
Because
Good
no
for
one,
them.
I've noticed that too, no one ever really, I don't even know where you could watch it at.
Like the inductions? Yeah.
Because
The
they,
ceremony?
they have, I think they have it at the Barclays Center. So they make a big deal of it. Like, and they weren't the only ones. I forget who in particular got.
I wonder if that
Inducted.
channel that shows like the concerts.
Like,
does it.
how was
I
it?
forget the name of
Like Palladia or. Anyways,
it. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I just want to make a point. 2 points is, I mean, Dave Grohl. You got to think when he started this band or did this by himself. Because the first album is him doing everything.
And the second one might be too.
I think he originally was. I think he was just the guitar, or I think there was 2 guitars. It's him and like Pat Smear.
Mm-hmm.
They had their bassist by the time that album came out. Kelly
Oh,
O'Shea.
okay. Gotcha.
So they had their drummer that wasn't Taylor Hawkins at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Did the drums in the studio, but Dave Grohl just didn't think he was a studio drummer. He was like,
Gotcha.
you're just not ready for the studio thing.
Gotcha.
And obviously Dave Grohl has had plenty of studio time,
Sure.
so he didn't like how it sounded, and he did all the drums on it.
That's interesting.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Because from what I've heard, doing studio stuff, you have to hit every drum head
Perfectly. Yeah.
When you're live, you could just
You
wail,
can just
and no
rip
one
it.
really cares.
Yeah. No
you
one
know what I mean?
notices. Yeah.
Where was I going with that? You got to think when he started this, he probably had no aspirations or even thought that his band would be arguably. I mean, they're more. I mean, they probably made more money than Nirvana ever did.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, the best rock band of this century.
Yeah,
at least.
and Nirvana. I mean, they made a lot of money post Cobain because
Because of the death and.
death. I
just,
mean,
like,
to me, death makes you more famous.
It
He was
has
already
that.
an icon anyways for Gen
Yeah.
X and all that.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just like this dude has had the best life you can ever have.
Pretty.
This dude's This dude's in the Hall of Fame for rock and roll twice.
Yeah.
Nirvana was inducted like 5 or 6 years ago,
Yeah.
or 4 or 5 years ago. And they were the Foo Fighters, which I think they deserve to be.
Easily. Yeah.
You know,
I don't think there's any.
They're one of
question
the
with
one of the
Yeah.
most probably influential alternative post grunge bands
that. Right.
of all time. Dave Grohl's one of the best musicians. I've always said he's the Paul McCartney of our generation because he was in two
Two
good
big-time
careers.
guys, Yeah.
And that's a good segue because Paul McCartney inducted them.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And how much cooler is that?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's pretty badass.
it's just my whole point with all this, and I'm kind of rambling, is Dave Grohl has one of the best lives you could
Yeah.
ever have ever,
He is the man.
and it just goes to show, you could lose something like he did with Nirvana, and you could try.
Still
And he was,
create something yourself,
and I'll
yeah.
give him this: he was really young. I think he was like 24
Right.
or
Yeah,
25
he was
when
super young.
Nirvana, Kurt Cobain killed himself.
Yeah.
And so he was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this
Yeah.
because he could have been a drummer for Tom Petty.
That's right.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
give him that
He
option.
did a show on SNL.
Yeah.
As a drummer for Tom Petty.
That's pretty wild.
Tom Petty wanted him to be a drummer,
Yeah.
and he's like, you know what, I got this thing that I gotta try to do.
Hey. Yeah.
And Tom Petty's like, go for it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
You're still young. You still have a ton of talent in you, and still
Probably
probably
have a lot of shit you can
and-
come up with. Yeah. Absolutely. That's,
Dave Grohl called the shot, and it worked out better than he could possibly imagine. So shout out to Dave Grohl.
yeah. Dave Grohl's fucking man. No question about it.
No pun. Not to sound cheesy, but he is one of my heroes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watch him as he goes.
Yes.
What do I have for last call? I don't think I have anything.
No.
The Dodgers didn't win the World Series, so that's a plus. We already knew that, but
Yeah. The Warriors finally lost, so that's nice.
funny. The Sharks are now leading 3-2. Third period just started.
Okay, cool.
Still up.
I might have to watch the rest of that here before I leave.
You should. Because why not?
I don't think I have very much else.
Yeah. Sad Nico couldn't be here, but I think that was still a pretty solid episode.
Oh, yeah,
Not
cool.
no complaints there.
And I know he really wanted to be here.
I know.
He really did.
He texted me. He's like, "Dude, I feel really bad, but
It's fine.
I just can't fucking
You know.
make it." But it is
We
what it
want
is.
him on for a while. There's still a lot of people that we want to get on the show
Yeah.
that don't live in this area, so it's
Right.
And we had a good opportunity.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't able to make
felt, it felt like it was meant to be, but it
Yeah.
in the end was not.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, we still need to get Nick on here.
Yeah, Nick is a definite.
I would even get James on here, I guess.
Nah, not really. Love you, bud, but no.
Maybe Arb.
R would be a better one.
Arb would be a better one, yeah.
Way better than James.
We might have to go to Santa Rosa to get Arb.
Yeah.
Because Arb can't come here.
You know, he could, but maybe not.
No.
Hey, the Nice lost. That's a plus.
Did they?
Yeah.
Was that their first loss?
I don't know. But they lost.
Oh, like today they did.
Yeah, today.
Gotcha.
They lost to they got shut out by Toronto.
Who else lost? Only 2 NFC East teams won this week. Cowboys and Eagles.
There you go. You guys are cruising right now in that
We're
division.
cruising. We're good. We're good. Victory Tuesday.
Yeah.
Am I ever not gonna
yeah.
wear this hat?
We were, you know how you talked about the AFC North being the best division last week.
The Steelers won.
The Steelers and maybe it's just the Steelers that won. But I did the math. The NFC West still has more wins in total.
Yeah, okay.
But that's mostly because the
There's
Rams,
2 7-1 teams.
Exactly, the
Yeah.
Rams and Cardinals both
Which-
have 7 wins.
We're not running out of time, but
Yeah.
that Thursday night game last week,
That was a good fucking game.
AJ Green, bro, you gotta turn that head around.
Turn around, dog.
That's a tough one. And Kyler Murray got hurt.
He did.
I mean, I don't know if he's gonna play this week.
Yeah.
I don't know who they
A lot of
play.
big injuries this week for big time players.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, hate to see that happen, but it's part of the game.
It's part of the game.
And JJ Watt's. Did we talk about JJ Watt being done for the year?
I don't think.
He had season-ending surgery. No,
Which is just he'll be in the Hall of Fame.
but it just seems like it's par for the fucking course with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just kind of who he is.
Because he's such an animal.
And he's a cool dude. He's really good. You know, when
Yeah.
he was in Houston, he did a lot for the community.
big
He probably tries his best for or where they play in Phoenix or in Arizona.
Yeah,
Whatever.
absolutely. I would think so.
The injuries you hate to
It
see.
sucks too because
It
it
is.
seemed like a really nice fit for him
Yeah.
to come to
Yeah.
a team that needs some help on defense. But
Also, I'm looking at the book right now, Kobe Bryant. Body Armor, the drink, Coca-Cola just bought for like $5 billion.
wow,
And so I saw the Bryant estate gets $400 million of that because I think Kobe owned.
oh, he had a chunk of it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Which is like you say, whenever you think of Kobe Bryant, you think of this podcast because our first episode was about Kobe.
It's kind of hard not to. Like,
I think
it's so funny because I don't want to ramble too far about this, but it's just like never really. He was always just kind of an enemy, and I never hated him, but it was just like always on the other side.
Yeah.
Never really rooted for him, but he does have a big place on this show.
Yeah, and good for the Bryant estate,
Yep.
Some people don't like Kobe Bryant for reasons and all that, but I don't really agree with those reasons either. But he turned everything around. He seems
He did a lot of good things. There's no question about it.
exactly
Yeah.
so. That's cool for Vanessa and the kids because I don't think they were hurting for money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But $400 million.
That's a
Jesus.
healthy chunk of money.
So, cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to the pod.
To this episode.
Cheers to you guys watching us and listening.
Number 71 in the
71.
books. We will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching and listening.